Okay, stream is going back up. Let me get my comments monitor back up and running. Hopefully it's been long enough that it differentiates the two. Yes, it looks like it is. Refresh my comment monitor, which is my old cell phone. Click on the live stream. Let it load. One watching right now. Hopefully we get my friend back. And, you know, if you had to go, if you couldn't see it right now, that's fine, friend, but I'll show you. It loaded, okay? We got it loaded. Yeah, it's kind of scary there. But I think maybe closing the other programs helped. I'm not sure. Make this not orange. We'll leave that like that for a while. So, 2 watching. Hey, it's probably the usual 2 for my friend Carter. What I'm doing is this. So we go ahead and hit play. It's going to be a little bit jumpy here. Actually, I can skip to this portion right here. So that's the front door through in there. And there is the front door. There's not supposed to be light coming through. So there's a door, this frame here, and then the front door. So what I'm doing is pasting in a piece of the ceiling, and then pasting in a piece of the door. And you know, I've thought, what if I shoot this from a different angle? But there are just so many things that wouldn't... Okay, 1 second, guys. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just mute my mic. I'm going to hop out of the room, go look one more time with my own eyes, and I'm pretty sure when I got there, what I'm going to find is that's different, you can't reshoot. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Yeah, no, it's not possible to reshoot. There's too much stuff has moved. There's even one shot. Yeah, there's even one shot where a light was actually in the shot. And that one also would be very difficult to reshoot. There's one that we absolutely have to because the light is obvious. But the 2 light shots. Not light coming in the door, but like an actual video light was in there. My goodness. I'm beginning to see why I didn't like parakeets. Well, I like them. Just not as much as quiet cockatiel all by herself. At least 2 parakeets. Maybe if there's just one, then the parakeet would be more quiet, like Green was. Anyways, so yeah, it's not possible to reshoot at all. But so for the one shot though, I'm leaving the light in there, and I think it will be okay because it's also in an already bright spot where there was light coming in through. Goodness, I probably just told everybody where it is now. Let's just say that there was light coming from the outside in through a window or door or something coming in from the outside, and that light was also there, kind of pointing and adding a little bit extra light, and it's there, but it's a lot less visible since the area is already bright. Unlike the other shot, where the whole scene is relatively dark, except for that one light to light up the shot. Goodness, this nightmares, nightmares, nightmares. So from now on, I am going to be watching all of the clips that I record on my camera for a film and stuff. Probably for anything, I should do it. In the camera, at like 4 times, or what as highest goes, like 5 times speed. Watch it back really fast and look for any big, obvious mistakes and things before I call it cut. I need to go check one more thing, and then I will hopefully be back to mask. If not, then I'll be getting ready to walk myself to work. I am kind of working on getting my license. Oh, so Carter's back on. Could you just do a reverse close-up tracking in front of them? That way you won't see the door area at all. Or you could shoot it from the side, tracking with them using the wall. Okay, so, oh, I get what you're saying. When you say tracking, I was first thinking, you meant like computerized tracking. Like I have the door and the top piece are tracked, but it's not perfect, and so I have to then use the other tools in here to position them exactly where they're supposed to be. Especially since I wasn't able to get offset working. Like, supposedly, well, no, actually, yes, I know there is. I couldn't figure it out. But there is a way to take my, my tracker tool here and have something be offset. But I couldn't get that working. This offset thing wasn't working like it was supposed to, and I didn't want to go back online and ask somebody. It would be very complicated and a long process, and I just needed to get this done. So what he's talking about, though, is like following them with the camera. So to address those, I did think about doing it backwards. So this shot, we're coming from behind. If I shot it from the other way, which there are some scenes in the film that are shot from that direction, but the big issue there is a lot of stuff over there has changed too. Like that whole dining room, kitchen, living room with the TV space is just, there's a lot of stuff over by, if we go back, let's go back to here. Like there is, there's a lot of stuff being stored right over there. Some boxes and things that are just temporary, okay? But they are there. They could be moved. But even then, some other things have changed. Let's see. This one might be less noticeable. I could put that stereo back in place. That was the original speakers for the TV. So it had good speakers. And so the one to the left of, when we're walking, you mean when we're walking towards her, this, actually, this is another thing that's kind of sort of, changed. Let me see if I can get it in. Oh, yeah. You see this right here? Now, let me hop onto my program here and make this full screen. Turn my monitor left a bit. You see, that is actually part of that stereo right there. It's in here so that I have good sounding speakers, so that in turn this project sounds good. I really appreciate your ideas. You know, anything I could do to get away from this. I have spent hours and hours on this, and if I could, I would be very happy to just throw all this away and say, okay, yeah, sure, I didn't think of this other solution. A lot of time was wasted, yes, but I learned from my mistakes. I'd be very happy to do that. It's just, I mean, yeah, so, and then this shot finishes out where we go, where we are then sitting down back at the table. And then she just kind of stirs her soup around, not really hungry. But I take a bite or two. Yeah, so, and I believe this has changed some too, and it's... So yeah, this is a thing that I've gotten myself into. So if you have any more suggestions, I would love to hear them. But at this point, the way I see it is, I can just be like, just leave that there. Hope people don't notice. I mean, people are kind of focusing on us. There is a bright spot there that might draw your eyes in. Oh. So he's saying, cutting from a spot where you don't see the stereo. Because I thought about, like, this right here. You know, I'm comforting my sister, and so we hug. If I got a different angle of the hug, like maybe showing her face on the hug when we do the reshoot, and then so if I then I cut to us walking back, but I do it from something like, and I could also move the stereo back in place temporarily because the rest of the stuff is there. I just have to unplug the wires, which there aren't too many wires hooked to the stereo. So putting the stereo back, that's not too difficult. The things up top, it's possible to rearrange that small little section. The rest of it, though, is going to be tricky. Pictures on the wall. Yeah, they're singing because I'm talking. They like my talking. It gets them active. I need like a gas mask type thing where it's like super muffled so they can't hear my voice, but the microphone is inside of there. So, and I mean, yeah, and actually you do see the stereo later on too. There is a part where you kind of have to see the stereo. It's in the trailer for the film, I think. Or no. I don't show the stereo being turned on in the trailer. So, but, so, because I worked it into the story. But I could do something like, I don't know, if I shot from a different, trying to think of any angle I could have. Because also, let's skip to this bit here, because this angle here, if we are a little bit angled more to her side looking at me, but this could also do a straight on here looking into the kitchen, and I would just have to put up the space blanket up there. Using a new shot from the hug, nothing on that wall should matter because no one has seen it yet. Good. Well, yeah, they do see the stereo later on. So the only issue would be the stereo and putting it back. And so then if I shoot from this angle here... So the question is, do I want to follow them... So am I going from the side? Are we looking straight on to this wall and going sideways from a side view and not a rear view? I could... do that. So yeah, we show... Actually, ooh, so, yeah, so we have our hug here. And if we had the same angle, in order to show her face, the camera would have to be over here, looking to the right. And then if we just follow us on side-by-side shot, as we walk to the right, we'd have to be either behind us just by a little bit, or in... No, I would want to be... The camera follows just to the right of us in front, angled left just a bit, so we don't see the, that's the other issue, too, here, which we're getting really close to a shot that might work. The other thing, too, is the space blanket. I don't know where this, space sleeping bag is. I legitimately have, like, no idea, and it worries me. And it's like, I hope we didn't pack it up with our other stuff, and... Man, I just want to tell the birds to be quiet, but that doesn't work. Maybe, I mean... Yeah, if you guys would be quiet, that would be nice, but nope. They don't know that word. I think it's only slightly possible for birds to know them. Anyways, so, yeah, I don't know where this space sleeping bag is. I looked through the little box that ended up in my room of props, and it looked elsewhere, and it... And, like, if this stuff was, like, thrown out by somebody, well then, you just wasted a whole bunch of money, and I'm not going to be very happy. I will forgive whoever. I'm not going to say who, but there's one person that comes to mind, and I'm not saying who it is. But, you know, it just... So that's the other issue, too, is I don't know where that is. It might be slightly possible to not even show it if I get really close and angle the camera away. But yeah, it's... So we've got some slight possibilities that might work. They might not. I don't know, but that's something, so that's something I'll keep in mind. Try and do the reshoot soon with a few other things that have to be done. Like, some of this stuff is like, we completely forgot this voiceover, or you cannot understand what the actor says. So, yeah, I'll think about that stuff for the reshoot. I need to go check one more thing, and then hopefully I'll be back on and do some more masking. Because it's actually turning out pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with the results that are coming so far. So, be right back. Alright, so I have a ride to work. Yeah. I'm just gonna go earbudless for now. Give my ears a slight rest and just go back to masking with no music. And believe me, this is not something that I wanted to do in the first place. Actually, I will show really quickly though. There is one spot where I had to do something similar, not as difficult. No masking involved. But I want to just show how good it's turned out so that you can kind of get a sense for how good this is turning out. And you can watch some of the previous masking for Airborne Death streams to see. There are some of them where I played it through to see how things are going. It is... Oh, I see. Duh. Here. So... Let's get back. If I play this shot... So... I kind of hate pointing out some of these things now, because then people are going to see it and be like, ooh. Thankfully, there's only 3 people that are watching it so far. That's actually my head. I masked out, or, yeah, I filled in the rest of my mask. But, here is, this. So, I need to zoom in. And I need to do, just for the first section here, well, actually, I need to turn that off. And then just give it a moment to do its magic. And then... There I am. See my legs. Especially when it jumps forward some, so... Yeah, now I'm just going to hit undo. Make that visible again. Which, yes, visible. So I actually did a really good job on that. I was really pleased with the results. It's not, like, perfect, because it's not a 3-dimensional bush. I tried that. That didn't work. The other thing that I thought about doing, which is definitely not possible at all either, is, you know, like, all of this has changed, but not so much down where the door is. So if I reshot this shot without us, but with that door closed, and then if I could get the camera perfect, and then just do a mask, that would be great. I would love to do that, but no. But thank you so much for, like, the input. This means a lot to me. I don't always recognize this. Mostly, like, inside the house between family. But other people do have good ideas, and I'm glad when they mention stuff. You know, especially when filming this project, there were there were moments where my mom was like, well, what about this? And kind of, why are we doing this? And she was seriously just asking politely, kind of curious, wondering what my logic was. And some of those times, especially one of them that I'm thinking of, I won't say what scene it is, but it was just kind of like, can we just film this exactly like I said to film it? And not question why? Does it even matter why? It turned out, this shot turned out perfect. It turned out exactly how I wanted it, so why do you guys need to know what it was if it worked? You'll see it in the final film. But then there were plenty of instances where it's like, I didn't say this out loud, either of these, but then it's like, I kind of wish there wasn't a question being asked right now, but at the same time, I can see why you're asking this question, and I'm actually really grateful, because that reminded me of something that I forgot to do. So, goodness, back to masking. Zoom out of this monitor a bit. So we were working, we're at like 152. Need to click on this. Oh, and I'm so glad that that finally loaded. That was just scary. I'm actually going to close this program for now. What did I do? I came in here and I turned that layer off. Okay, so I don't need to save anything. Yeah, you guys are... they're cute. Tiny and sweet, but... they definitely talk a lot more than cockatiels. Well, at least the one that I had. Okay. Go for a little more and then I'll take a break so I don't wear myself out. Okay, so... and that right there is part of the door, ladies and gentlemen. Way off from where it's supposed to be. Wait, what? Right, I need to be on the door. Because... 3, 6, 1. I'm going to say 3, 6. Because we moved over some... oops. Okay, so I think the left and right is fine. At least 3, 4. There's a bit of downward movement, so it shouldn't be 3, 4 between these two. So up 3, 5. That's maybe a bit too much. Four, 5. So, yeah. I wonder what you're singing about, Kiwi. Because that's kind of... It's a happy singing, I can tell you guys that much. I know that it's happy. And it's only when I'm talking. Which, you know, I should kind of be flattered. It means that they just like my voice and having talking going on in the background. Like this morning, and I think it's just talking, because this morning I was listening to the scriptures on my phone and they were singing with that too, so I put my earbuds in and listened to it that way, so I didn't have bird noise going on top of my Book of Mormon this morning. Okay. Why is the doors angled that odd jumble of the... Okay, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. We'll go back to where we were here. So we're here. Yeah, okay, so need to be on this merge here. Should be 1075. If anything, if it's gonna change, it needs to be 10. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't need to rotate. Wow. Seems a little bit laggy for some reason. I'm going to do this, and then do this. Oh, that's just a highlightation. I thought it was yellow, like, hey, I'm open now. Copy our X and Y. Yep. Okay. Kind of adjusting my monitor. Oh, right. I forgot. The webcam's on my monitor, so adjusting that. Also adjust my webcam, which... not too bad. Huh. That looks hanging down lower than it is, but hey, whatever. I just need to stretch for a second here. Make my monitor also a little bit brighter too.